Hello everyone. Taking a little road trip down to Skyline Veterinary Hospital, and we're going to talk about 7 good tips to help you improve the oral health of your pets. Starting out here, we've got this little Bella. Oh, she's just a scared little kitten. She's not had a lot of oral work in her life, so she really is not accepting. So the first tip we're going to go over is the tip of plan to train. Take the time to plan out your training with your young animals. Even if they're older, you can do this, but you certainly need to plan to work with them. In this case, what we're recommending is for the first few weeks, daily, work with these animals' face, chin, whiskers, and if you can, lips, gum, and teeth. Notice how the owner here is just stroking her, petting her, and getting her fingers near her mouth, but not forcing the issue. It's very important the oral touch be nice and slow and steady and at a calm pace. If the animal starts to fight, we need to back off and try again another day. If each day we do this for the course of 2 or 3 weeks, folks, the plan to train will kick in and the cat will become more trusting of us for the oral exam and eventually the oral brushing in the future, which can save us a lot in veterinary expense. So again, plan to train, work with your animal's mouth, and work with them to get them to trust you so that you eventually can get in there and give them the oral hygiene care that you really want to do. A lot of people go right to that toothbrush, and unfortunately it just freaks out that cat or dog, and that's it. You can't get back in the mouth very easy. Go slow, gain their trust, folks. That's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is when you're in there, we're going to try and get a visual. So again, tip number 2 is get that visual. We know you're not veterinarians, folks, but we want you to be able to see the teeth, see what they look like, and have an idea of how the oral health in your pet is. It doesn't take long, just a few seconds to look for broken teeth, a few seconds to see if the tartar's building up, a few seconds to see if something's stuck. Some animals here, like this kitty, named Lady, who's had oral work in the past, she might be a little sensitive to an oral exam, as you can see. But again, an owner can certainly lift the gums, take a look, and at least know, at least weekly, where their animal stands with their oral health. This is an important step. So again, first step, plan to train. Second step, try to get a visual of your animal's teeth. Notice we haven't even started brushing yet. Look at all the wonderful products on the market, folks. There's a ton of them. You need to pick your tools. Some people like toothpaste. This one here happens to be CET's poultry toothpaste. A great product, but there's lots of toothpaste on the market. You don't have to just use that one. As you can see here, here's a seafood one, and it's even got tartar control in it. There's a beef one. Yeah, this is the beef one right here. It's one that my cats tend to like. There's all sorts of flavors. The trusty toothbrush, just a child's toothbrush. It'll work great. But hey, for those ones that have smaller mouths, you've got these little kitty brushes, little fine bristles on the end of a 2-inch brush. And of course, everybody knows the finger brush. Yes, it doesn't have a lot of bristles, but it can work. Then there's also sprays. This particular product is Vet's Life Oral Spray. There's a product in the stores also called Pet's Life. Same company, same product. Here's the oral gel version. I believe this one is even salmon flavored. We've got chew bones, nylobones, rawhide type materials. These Buster Buddies, they try to help break off tartar. Then you've got cat food treats, the Hextra Chews for cats. Or how about those little dogs? We've got the CET strips. It really doesn't matter what your tools are, folks, but you have to pick them out. And of course, for the big dogs, you've even got the big rawhides or the big CET Hextras. These products are all available. So tip number 3 is pick your tools and use your tools. The next tip I can give you guys is find the flavor, though. Even though you pick the tool, doesn't mean the animal picks the tool. In this case, Simon, he just absolutely loves this beef-flavored over-the-counter toothpaste stuff. It's amazing, but, try it out a little bit. Take the product, offer it to the animal, not force it. Again, after you've done your plan to train and you've gotten your visual, put a little bit of it on your finger and get the animal used to it. This loved one's name here is Trigger, and he absolutely loves the tuna-flavored, or seafood-flavored, I should say, CET toothpaste. And it's as easy as just putting it on your finger for him, and he'll just lick it off, which is absolutely what we want. And then once you get him used to it on your finger, and of course that may take a few days, it may be overnight success depending upon the flavor. that's when you want to take the product and then put it on the toothbrush. But once you put it on the toothbrush or your applicator or your finger brush or your gauze pad, don't just charge into that mouth. Let them enjoy taking off the flavored product, such as this case the toothpaste, right off the brush for a few days. In this case too, we'll offer it to this lady here. Lady cat just loves eating it out of the tube. She's not real fond of it brushed on her, but she'll eat it out of the tube. So what we have to do with her is take some of the toothpaste, put it on a gauze square, and actually massage it onto the sides of the teeth that way to try and keep her teeth clean. Again, not every animal's the same. Some cats, you take that salmon flavored gel and you just topically apply it once a day, and that's what we get for oral care. Either way, remember, you need to find your flavor. Once you find your flavor, the next tip we can give you, which is tip number 5, take it slow and steady. Don't charge in there and try to saw down a tree with that toothbrush. Don't take that Vet's Life oral spray and try and blast every tooth and freak that cat out. Just take it easy. Round circular motions or small applications, 10 to 15 seconds. That's what we want to do. If the animal starts to fight, I recommend you just back off and try again another day. It's all about going slow and steady and being persistent. We plan to train these animals to accept us. We get a visual of how their teeth look. We pick out the tools we want. We find the flavor that they'll best accept. And then we take it slow and steady. That's what we want to do. And of course, the next tip, folks, we don't want to forget the positive reinforcement. These animals, they need to trust us. And after doing all this work in their mouth day after day after day, we want to reward them. This being Tartar Diet Chews that we're giving Trigger, just loves them, which is great. So again, don't forget the positive rewards. That's tip number 6. Once these animals know that they're going to get a treat afterwards, it'll only strengthen the ability for you to do the oral work. Whether this lady cat just loves it too. These are TD treats. You give her one afterwards and she just thinks it's great. That's what we want. And then of course, tip number 7, you got to make this a routine, folks. Don't give up. Do it every day if you can. If not, at least every 2-3 days. Bare minimum, try for weekly. Appreciate you watching this. Please subscribe to our channel to support more videos like this. And again, special thanks here, Simon the cat, to Trigger the dog, Lady the cat, and our scared little kitten Bella. Thank you.